Okay. Shalom. I want to give all the praise, all the honor, and all the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakahak Wadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who told us this truth. Shalom, Labakariam, Shal Yasha'Allah, that's peace to the elect of the nation of Israel. Now, what you see on your screen here, this is a army brigade that's been activated by Washington, D.C., the 260th Special Purpose Brigade. This special purpose is set for civil disturbance. They're not playing. They know that our civil war is about to take place. Once these Americans find out what's been going on with their government, they're already leaking so much information. And you got your average person who's walking around no longer trusting the small hats and no longer trusting their government. So they know this is about to hit the fan. On top of this oil crisis, what's happening down there with the Strait of Hormuz in the Middle East. They say 21 million barrels of oil is not making it through the strait per day. That strait has been closed for over a week. So you do the math. There's not enough barrels of reserves to make up for that. So they're wanting to stock up on medicine, stock up on food, stock up on water. These are the warnings that's coming out. So we are in a very serious time when Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is about to bring great wrath on Babylon the Great. I want to play this. Let me do something here. Let me just take this off of here so you can hear it. Hold on. Because let me do this. Oh, 1 second. Okay.
Guard has announced the activation of the 260th Special Purpose Urgent breaking news coming out. The National Guard has announced the activation of the 260th Special Purpose Brigade within Washington, D.C. Army National Guard, in accordance with the U.S. President Executive Order 14339 and subsequent directive from the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, for the National Guard element of all states and territory to create a quick reaction force able to respond within 24 hours of civil disturbances.
So it's about to get thick. So you reserves, Jake that's in his military, they're going to spread you out real thin. And this happened with the Roman military too. They took on too much. They bit off more than what they can chew. And Babylon is spreading its military too thin. So you know that these other mercenary groups, they're going to have to come in and pick up a lot of these pieces. But as you can see, they are preparing for civil unrest, which is prophecy. It's going to happen because there's a major buildup around planet Earth, and it's all going to fall back to Babylon the Great, this place here, aka America. So prepare yourselves. There's a lot going on. Let me read the scripture here. There's a lot going on. This is 2 Corinthians 2 verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, which the devices go into his schemes or his thoughts or his plans Let me just pull this word. And we are not ignorant because we have these scriptures here. This is the vices in the Greek.
Strong's G 3540. Naima.
As you can see, an evil purpose. We're not ignorant of these elites bringing in the digital system behind all this. Problem, action, solution, thought, a mental perception, right? That which thinks, the mind, the thoughts, the purpose. So we're not ignorant on what's going on in the minds of these elites. We know the plans of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah because we have a more trusty word of prophecy. Let me just get that. And with that there, we have faith. You know, the Lord told us that this would happen, this would go down. So this is the time to hold to your faith. This is 2 Peter's 1 verse 19. We have also a more sure word of prophecy. That's why we're not ignorant of his thoughts, his purpose, because we're following these prophecies. It says, whereunto you do well that you take heed as unto a light. So we have the light. You know, the Lord has activated his elect at this time, the light that's in your eyes. And we got the book to guide us. Call law, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah for that. Whereunto you do well that you take heed as unto a light that shineth in a dark place until the day dawn and the day star arise in your heart. And the day is about to dawn. Our Lord Yahweh Shah will be here soon. But as you can see, Salakia, this man is about to make a run for it. He's about to make a move on planet Earth. So stay alert. And there's alert that came out probably about an hour ago that they're now going to attack certain banks. So we knew this was going to boil down to this system here. Let me just find that real fast. This is from it's a lot for these commercials.
All right, guys, this is pretty.
It's from Dabu 7, and I did hear this on commercial news as well. 1010 wins. So get yourselves ready.
Much a red alert for anyone that has money in the bank, your 401ks, all that. I already put out one warning because Jamie Dimon and the government come out and warned that the banks could get hit here at any moment. But now we have confirmation that Iranian sleeper cells have been activated. They're openly threatening to eliminate Trump, and they are openly putting out a warning that everyone should stay away, at least 1 kilometer away from U.S. and Israeli banks. They also add in their financial centers. They are openly about to target and hit financial centers. Why? Because the U.S. has targeted theirs. They've hit their infrastructure, their water, their communications, their banking, everything. And if you don't know, Iran is highly sophisticated in terms of their hacking ability. Why this hasn't been taken on head on? Well, it's their mechanism to fight back, and the world is a stage. I don't trust none of this. This takes me right back to Blind 11. And if anything happens here on the home front, it seems that our guard is down on purpose. All this DHS funding that's been pulled, and we're not secure. Now we have an alert that the banks are about to get hit at like any moment. And for you that's thinking, oh,
So
well,
as you
it
can
may,
see,
it may not.
as the plot thickens, they can definitely slip in this digital system. So they're going to wrap something up. The Lord is preparing, you know, and we're preparing through the Spirit. It's about to get dark, and all you're going to have is your faith that you're going to live off. That's all we need. But this system, as it currently stands, will take a collapse. And we will find ourselves deep into 2nd Ezra 15, verse 15. For the sword in their destruction draweth near, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men. And we're going to see this play out on a major scale. That's why they're preparing this military for civil unrest. Sedition is an incitement or rioting, conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority or the state or monarch. And it's about to be a whole lot of this pushback on a scale you never thought or you never seen before, because the things that's taking place in planet Earth are unprecedented. These are global scales that even the analysts are scratching their head, not knowing we have a more sure word of prophecy. See, the men of the Lord knew we would be here at this time. So hold on, Akim, we are close. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. Listening to the top authorities and trusting in your current government is over. And this is just what they want. Confusion, misinformation, so that they can bring in the civil war. Distrust in your authority, so that the collapse can go according to their plans and schemes, not knowing Yahweh and his son Yahushua is controlling this whole thing. So we are here. Akim, Aquath, if you got a little doubt, that this thing is going down, then you obviously not paying attention. They're warning now to stock up on prescription drugs, to stock up on water and food. These are the warnings that's coming out in Babylon now. It's almost about that time.
Not happen? Well, Standard Chartered just evacuated Dubai offices because they're talking about striking them. They put them up there as an open target. So this goes beyond just hacking. They're talking about bombing the bank itself. They're on the list. They're also actively talking about hitting Google, Amazon, and other strategic assets, technological assets in the Gulf area. Remember, they hit that one data center and it caused some problems. If they start targeting all those places full scale, it will be big time problems. The banks are on the plate, right? They're targeted, and at any time something's going to happen. Can only put out so much of a warning and so many warnings here before something does go down. But
and you heard what he said. You can only put out so many warnings, and that's go for us. That's the spirit right there. Because I was holding this. Okay, it's Ezekiel 3, verse 17, and he's right. These warnings are going to stop. This internet goes down with everything else. Now you on your own. The men of the Lord has done their job. This is Ezekiel 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made you a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warnings from me. But just like you heard Dabu say, the warnings must stop. They will stop. Because now it's time for Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua to take action. Action. Oh, you bored? Oh, you sick of hearing the videos? No problem. The action is about to start. And when the Lord start this thing, there's no turning back. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest them not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. Yet if thou warn the wicked, which the men of the Lord has been doing under the apostles, starting with Apostle Tahar, but under the apostles of Great Millstone, the warning's been going out for over 40 years, and it has intensified since the men of the Lord been on this internet. But now we at the end of these warnings. It says, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. So the blood is off us. You've been warned. Prepare. But it's going to be a lot of people about to get hurt behind his hair. They are wrapped up in some straight confusion.
Be the move they're going to make next. I mean, it only makes sense also in terms of tactics for them to do this. Now, this is going to affect civilians as well as the private sector and everything else. I've been warning you about a reset coming.
And we've been warning you through the scriptures that the mark of the beast is coming. We've been warning you. This is way higher than Esau's reset. He'll never get his reset off, but what the Lord will do is allow him to start chipping people. And this is damn near turning into the perfect crisis for this. As you can see, now they're attacking the financial structure.
Just seems awful funny to me that a situation like holding people's money hostage in the banks where you can't get it out, because that's all a hack or an attack is going to do here, it's going to benefit the U.S. government. How's that? Because they are sitting there waiting for an event like this to happen. They have a digital currency waiting for you to download the wallet.
So everybody know they have a digital currency. Where can we find that? Revelations 13th chapter. No man will be able to buy or sell without this chip. We are at the end. Once they start moving with this chip, Esau don't know. He's playing in Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah's hands. This shows you that the Lord controls the minds of men. If they really was looking into the future, they will stop. But no, they're being pushed by the Lord for this. They're playing into the end of Esau's system. They don't even know that. Freedom is coming. The Lord is about to deliver his elect.
They can say bye-bye with cash. I smell a setup from hell coming here. That's what it always is, here on this world stage. Because we're played.
World stage. But little do they know that we are all characters of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah. So prepare, Akim. Get your house in order. Stay focused. Because in a very short time, the action about to start, giving all the praise, honor, and all the glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakahak Shalom.